Momo from Children's. Pink, and more pink. A childhood favorite character decked out in Bee's favorite color. This character from the early 2000s is a fun and energetic android, a smartphone in the Chobits universe. Bee's favorite part of the cosplay is the headpiece. This is Sumomo's cable management. It's where she gets charged, imports and exports files. To replicate this fun detail, Bee has inserted a power bank in each side, which is very useful for a con. Sting as Lucithia from Fire Emblem Three Houses. Since 2007, Sting has been cosplaying her favorite characters from video games and manga anime. Today, she's cosplaying Lucithia from the video game Fire Emblem Three Houses. She has worked on this cosplay during the COVID shutdown 2020 and spent a lot of time on all the details and construction. She was happy to finally debut this cosplay for the first time in 2022 and has loved cosplaying her favorite girl since then. As Mama from the Apothecary Diaries. After watching the show, it was clear that the next project had to be Mau Mau. It was a simple design, and a bit of research went into making it as close to historically accurate as possible when it came to the Hanfu pattern. Being a masochistic crafter, it was also rather quickly decided that using 3 days on the sewing machine was too easy, and spending 3 months sewing by hand was much more fun. And what more fun can a bold character have when it involves a simple-looking cosplay? Priscilla was born from Lights Club. Priscilla has chosen to cosplay their favorite character, Bloom, from the animated show Winx Club in her Sofix transformation. They've chosen Bloom because they admire her strong will and kind heart. The reasoning for picking the Sofix transformation is because of its opposite aesthetic of something Bloom would usually wear as a fire fairy, but also because of its representation of nature and showing off Bloom's more softer side as opposed to her fiery side. Melania as Aloy from Horizon Forbidden West. Melania is cosplaying the character Aloy from her favorite game, Horizon Zero Dawn. It was a dream cosplay since she first played the game, and when the sequel came out, she decided it was finally time. It is the most complex cosplay she has ever made, with many different techniques and hundreds of hours spent. She made everything herself, learned how to make traditional samurai souls, and even resin printed, primed, painted, and hand sewed all the blue pearls on the belt. More than 2,000. Royal Pixel Cosplay as Jakira from Baldur's Gate 3. When Pix saw Jakira in the game for the first time, it was love at first sight. She knew she had to find a way to make this a reality. The green tunic is a cotton velvet for the unique texture it has. The trousers are brown linen, which makes them breathable and comfortable to wear. Everything that looks like leather is real leather, because who wants money anyway? The scimitar is 3D printed PLA, primed and painted. The wig is a half-lace wig and a hell to style, but it pulls the whole outfit together. Alex is the hedgehog from Bloodborne. Alex has always loved the weapons of Bloodborne. Who doesn't love giant trick weapons that can transform? The weapon is made from PVC pipes, 3D print, a spring, and weathered cloths. This cosplay was a challenge to learn as much as possible. This included hand-painted stripes, 3D printed buttons, and boots made completely from scratch with leather and wool. Lastly, everything has been weathered with a mix of airbrushing and oil paints to make the grim gothic world of Bloodborne. From the League of Legends. Don't ask for a balloon from the sky. This version of Fiddlesticks spread screams and fear at children's birthday parties. It didn't bring cake this time around. It comes with a fully functional windmill, a unicycle for a leg, balloon torso, party hat, and a party blower tongue, a huge bow tie, carnival shoulder lights, an accordion arm, and lots of balloons. Be sure to be a good kid, otherwise you might get a terrifying surprise! Noah Bennett as Fiona Murray from Haunted Island. The bodice is the most detailed part of the entire look. It's patterned from scratch and sewn of satin and cotton with faux leather accents with metal boning to keep the structure. Hundreds of hours of French and goldwork embroidery have been added before it has been weathered with tea. The shoes, too, are made from scratch with faux leather and goldwork embroidery. The skirt is made of silk with hand-dyed lace. The wig is a human hair lace wig with hand-dyed roots made to give a realistic look. From Embracing Miku 2021. With only a few reference photos to guide her, Moonlighten let her imagination sparkle. The cosplay is fully self-patterned, featuring a custom helmet wig and softly hand-dyed fabrics. White and pink vinyl flowers bloom along the arms, while the skirt is built from 4 flowing layers supported by a hoop skirt, and both the shoes and bow are crafted from EVA foam. Mini Mushroom as Scarlet from I'm the Grim Reaper. As soon as Mini Mushroom read this webtoon, she knew she had to bring Scarlet's character to life. Her favorite part of the cosplay is her scythe, which is made from EVA foam, carbon aluminium, warbler, and a PVC pipe. She's also very proud of her jacket, which she spent hours altering to get the right cartoonish silhouette. Other techniques used are iron-on vinyl, wig styling, foam clay, spray paint, crochet, hand sewing, and magnets. She even hand-painted all of Scarlet's scars on her body for accuracy. Tofu V as Alice Little from Alice, Madness Returns. Tofu's favorite part of the cosplay is the apron, where they handmade the lace, hand-embroidered, and tried weathering. While working on their cosplay, they also gained skills in wig making, sewing, embroidery, and LEDs. A big part of the material used were second-hand or stuff they already had. They chose their cosplay because they enjoy the game's gameplay and its story. Cosplay Axel as First Lady Link from Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask. The legendary spirit of the fierce deity transforms Link from his usual green tunic into a godlike warrior. The tunic is made from microsatin to catch the light in an ethereal glow. All armor pieces are hand-painted using a dry brush technique. The wig is a half-helmet styling made from handmade wefts and padding for volume. The sword is supported by a homemade design, which is a 3D printed block that holds 2 aluminum wires and a shaft. The sword is lightweight and fully hand-painted as well. Flins from Genshin Impact. Flins from one of Genshin Impact's newest areas, Nodcry, is a character too edgy in appearance, but a gentleman at heart. With his gothic attire and a little bit suspicious interest in graveyards, he has a unique vibe that the cosplayer, Enderghost, fell absolutely in love with. Over 150 hours went into researching all of the many details on this character and planning each step before executing everything in practice. Oh, and did she mention his birthday falls on Halloween? Cash Shuttle Cosplay is a colleague in the League of Legends. The cosplay is entirely handmade. The wig is a solid helmet with a detachable ponytail for easy transport. The top and collar are reinforced with boning, and the pants were hand-dyed to match the right color. Belts, shoes, and armor are made from foam with metallic fabric and Fimo details. The large black box was the hardest part. Weapons combined foam, wood, and warbler, then sanded and painted for a smooth, detailed finish. From the Dreamcatcher began the project after the release of the first tech demo of Witcher 4 in June 2025. The cosplay has taken more than 250 hours and shows techniques such as medieval pattern making, embroidery, leatherworking, foam work, and 3D printing. To make the cosplay feel authentic and true to the character, Dreamcatcher took inspiration from historical embroidery on the back and used exotic materials such as bullfrog leather to imitate monster hide on the pouch, fitting for a monster slayer. Elenia cosplay as Nani's Draconia from Twisted Wonderland. Elenial Cosplay has spent hundreds of hours hand embroidering over 2.5 kilometers of gold thread on just the bodice of her costume. Everything has been patterned by hand, and each ribbon, trim, and bead has been hand-stitched down. The capes are painstakingly quilted and adorned with hundreds of small hand-casted and painted roses. She taught herself to 3D model some details such as the brooch or spinning wheels, and used a myriad of different techniques to bring the character from game to life.
Give it up for all our amazing craftsmanship contestants.